I'm Thomas, Scottish Boxing News, here with Jerviston's Iain Butcher. How are we doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Yourselves?
Not too bad. How was training today?
It was good, tough, but as I say, I need to put the work in if I want to win the Commonwealth title, so stepped up a level and stuff, so hard gone.
Obviously last time I spoke to you, it was a pretty frustrating period. I think you were just getting that fight to tick over in June.
June the 16th, I think it was. It was just a routine ticker fight we were looking for. The last time I spoke to you, we were meant to box a foreign guy, quite tough and stuff, but that changed last minute, and I boxed Brett Fiddle. I previously boxed him before. A good tough boy, gave me the rounds and stuff. I like Brett, as I say, he gets around the block and he's boxing good boys, caused some good upsets in the process of doing that as well, so it was a good fight to get the rounds under as I needed. Yeah. I hadn't boxed since December, so it was good, as I say, 6 months out the ring, and then that gives me the chance to get the 6 rounds under that I needed to get the rust away, kind of thing, before the big fight was set up.
Did you feel the rust at all in that fight?
To be honest, I did actually. I'm glad we sorted that fight out, and Sam gave me the chance to box before this, because there was a chance I wasn't going to box. Sam gave me the chance and kind of manoeuvred a couple other things so I could box, which I really needed. As I say, I'd done some decent sparring for it. It wasn't the greatest of sparring, but it was good rounds, in the sense of getting me rounds that I hadn't had. And then obviously these 6 rounds was good. It just shook off, get me back in that motion for the small gloves and the shots and stuff, just back in that kind of atmosphere. It was good again.
Yeah. Obviously Maloney, as predicted, went into the Bantamweight Super Series. Mm-hmm. How frustrating was it, I guess, that you kind of knew that would always happen, but you still, I guess he has every right to sort of wait for the time, but...
Well, I think, as I say, I spoke to you last time, and we kind of presumed that was the route he was going. It was a fight we were really wanting to get, as I think I could have caused a big upset on that side. I know he had previously stopped, I think it was 3 out of his 4 opponents, but a couple of them weren't really on the same level as him. One of them was an ex-world champion, but on the slide I thought myself I could have did a job on him. But as I say, fair play to his management's doing a great side with him. They got him in a good position, for manager position for the IBF. Managed to get himself into the tournament. How well he'll do in it, I don't know. I don't think he'll win the tournament anyway with other boys that are in it. But fair play to him, he's got a great opportunity there, and he's took it with both hands. So wish him all the best, and maybe further down the line we could get that fight going. It was a fight I would love.
Yeah. Travel to Australia?
Travel to Australia, as I say, but that was the plan when I spoke to Sam. It was a route we were comfortable going down. We were never going to financially outbeat them to get the fight here. We would have tried, but it would have been hard. So we were prepared to travel anyway, and it would have been a great experience to go away and box in a different country and somebody's back garden. And as I say, we were confident of winning, so it would have been a good trip for us.
Yeah. The way things have worked out, obviously you have got the fight confirmed at last. Someone you've already fought as well, Thomas Essomba. How did you find the first fight?
The fight. It was never a thoughty fight, like initial, like Sam saying, like this is the route we're kind of looking at with Essomba, because he previously lost an eliminator to Kyle Williams. So we thought it was going to be Kyle Williams after the board had put me into position with an eliminator for the British title along with Kyle. So we thought we were going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and box Kyle, but his management, I don't know what talks went on with Sam and them, but for some reason that fight's not happened, so I don't know what the reason is, but I'd wish him all the best. And then there was a couple other opponents in the mix, but Thomas Essomba's manager come back with a deal in place on the same day, and as I say, to be honest, the 4 people that were getting the fight have landed with the hardest fight anyway, so physically he's probably the biggest puncher, more manliest, like experienced guy that I could have got out the choosing 4. So I've boxed him before, as everybody knows. I made it a tough fight for myself. I can beat him easier than I beat him the first fight, I feel. At bantamweight it's going to suit me a bit better as well, because he's naturally a smaller guy than me, so I'm going to do the weight a bit better, obviously, than I boxed him the first time. And me and my brothers have both, the 3 years, have come up with a game plan that's, looking back on the first fight, I could have done loads of things different. As I say, I nearly had him stopped in the second round. I had him wobbled in the second big time. Should have finished it, rushed in, smothered my work, didn't finish it. And then, as I say, after maybe round 4 or 5, I just got into his type of fight. Made it close rounds. If I was winning the round, I was making it hard to win the round. And the rounds I lost were close rounds. He was nicking them off me with his type of fight. But as I say again, tough fight. A former Olympian, Commonwealth champion at flyweight. And as I say, every title fight he's had, and when he won the Commonwealth, it was an upset. And then he beat Lewis Norman. He stopped him for the English title. Lewis Norman was meant to win that fight. So he's caused a couple of upsets in there. But as I say, when I boxed him the first time also, he was coming off a good roll. He just stopped while I'd done to win the title. So he was on a high. This time he's coming off a low. He just come off a loss, where I'm coming off a few wins there. So I'm in a winning streak. I'm in a better place than I was for the first fight. Also, the weight's not an issue, so I don't need to worry about boiling down as much. So that's a big weight off our shoulders. So we can work more on game plans rather than needing to burn down to the weight.
Fair enough. You said there was sort of 4 opponents that you were looking at. Obviously, I'm assuming Carl Williams is one of the other ones. Who were the other 2?
Kyle, Sam phoned me and says that the Commonwealth board were allowing us to pick the opponent. So we went down the route and just standard procedure offered Kyle Williams a fight because the board had offered us an eliminator. So we were trying to kill 2 birds with one stone, just get the Commonwealth title fight, as he'd previously won an eliminator for the title anyway. Yeah. And then the British title route as well would have made an opening for the cash fight further down the line. But as I say, that wasn't there, that got knocked back. And then there was talks of Nathan Reith. I think he's 14-3 or something. And then Thomas Essomba was the other one, and I can't mind the other guy's name. Sam previously mentioned it, but he kind of drifted quite fast. In fact, sorry, that was other opponent, Scott Allen, sorry. We previously offered it to him. He's local to myself. His manager never got back to us. None of the managers got back to us quick enough, to be honest with you. Essomba's manager come back, and when he came back, he had a deal in place, a price they were willing to accept for the fight, and it was kind of just straightforward deal, like get it placed. We'd strung out long enough, getting messed about a wee bit, waiting for the title fight. So I'm like, Sam, let's just get the deal done, and we know the risks. Like Scott Allen, Kyle Williams and Nathan Reid would have been an easier fight physically than Thomas Essomba. No disrespect to the other guys, but when you look on paper, that's the hardest fight there. I think I could have beat all the other ones quite comfortable, outboxing them, out fighting them. Whereas Essomba, you need to be a bit more smarter because he's got a punch that could put you to sleep. So, like I said, all the other opponents they've got their own routes or whatever they're doing, but Thomas Essomba was the one that was chosen. And as I say, we were in the manager position, so we got to pick, and he come back with the deal quickest. So the other guys, a couple were moaning, but like I say, we were in the driving seat. So maybe further down the line, as I say, they've all got their own fights coming up. If they win them, prove it, they're ready for the fights, and the fights can happen.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre actually. I remember I think I'd done one of the photos on the Facebook, and I think Carl Williams actually commented on it that he was a bit miffed that not.
It was that's where that stem faking. I wrote saying I was offered the fight, but I'm not causing drama or whatever. But he did cause a bit of drama because he mentioned it. If the fight was going to happen, the deal with it, his manager would have been back in time, placed with a deal, and it could have been an easy work. We stay in the same era, so that it would have sold well. But as I say, regardless to who I box at, I wasn't bothered. I wasn't in the driving seat. I was boxing regardless if it was Scott Allen, Kyle Williams, Thomas Essomba or Nathan Reid. I was going to box any of the guys. I wasn't pulling out. I wasn't going down the British route to box an eliminator, then to box for the title when I was in a title position. Puts me in a better position when I'm going to negotiate for a bigger fight when I've got a belt.
Just giving it a bit of context, obviously, because you were made mandatory for the Commonwealth originally, but you were also putting an eliminator with Carl Williams for the British title. But the wording, obviously, like it wasn't a final eliminator. It didn't say what
it wasn't a final eliminator. That was it. When I spoke to Sam, that was the other option. Sometimes the board ordered an eliminator, then they order a final eliminator. So it was never ever guaranteed if I beat Kyle Williams in the eliminator that it was going to be straight in against Cash or Jamie Wills, whoever won the fight. It was never guaranteed in that position. So why I'm not willing to give up something that we've worked for, a straight title shot, to get into an eliminator. It wouldn't have made sense on my behalf then. I'd have just wasted maybe 6 months to 7 months chasing the Commonwealth route basically. So
yeah, excited to get it done though.
Excited now. The training gets stepped up yesterday. As I say, we've been training since the last fight anyway, just ticking over bits of sparring, just keep myself fresh in the gym and that mentality. And then, as I say, we've been trying to secure this for the time being since then, backwards forward. And then, as I say, we got the deal done in the space of 10 hours or whatever it may be. So kind of for them, we've been in full swing ahead for it now. So we're 6 weeks out, and I can't wait to get in there and put the right for wrong, because a lot of people are looking at that fight and saying it was a close fight, but I know I can make the fight easier than the previous fight.
It'll obviously be longest rounds in for bantamweight. Is that something that you find hard to adjust to, do you think, or you think it'll be alright?
What, the longest rounds?
Just as the bantamweight, obviously you've done like title fights before.
No, I feel I cope well in the 12 rounds. Obviously some 12 rounds are different for other ones, and it depends on who your opponent is. If you're a high pace, slow pace, if you're dictating the pace. I feel in the first fight it was set at a high pace, but I set the high pace. I feel the 12 rounds going to suit me better, because Thomas Essomba was tired at the end of 10. I think up the weight it could be a bit more slower, sluggish, because he could do flyweight. We all know he could do flyweight again because he's small. Even superfly could do superfly, so he's going to be a bit sluggish, I feel. Up at bantamweight, I feel I'll be sharper in the first fight anyway. I feel the 12 rounds is going to suit me better, especially with the game plan I've got. I'm going to dictate how fast the pace or how slow the pace is going to be, and my game plan will come out on top.
Good stuff. It's obviously quite close to home as well, so ideal scenario for yourself, I guess, for like friends and family coming to see.
Ideal, as I say, it's just down the road. Obviously Glasgow's only 20-30 minutes from where I stay, so it's just a bus journey for folk, or if they're driving, whatever it may be. As I say, I was in collecting tickets tonight. I've got a good support going. I'm looking forward to it. As I say, support's a bonus. I've travelled the world as an amateur, and I've travelled before for professional fights, and I always get a decent support going, whether it's home or away anyway. But see, they're just a bonus. At the end of the day, I know it's just me and Thomas in there. I've got to get the game plan right and come out on top in the night. It's just me and him in there. So
yeah. Obviously, as well as your fight, Jamie Wilson and Cash Farouk, obviously you touched on it earlier, are in a British title fight now. That's later in the month. Mm-hmm. How do you see that one going?
I feel Jamie Wilson's got the experience a wee bit more. In saying that, Cash had the 2 Scott Allen fights over 10 rounds. It's hard to tell. I think the two of them are at a similar bit of their career where they need that fight to kind of break through. I think there could have been a tougher fight for the British title, if I'm honest. I think there are harder fights out there that could have been made. Obviously Cash was the #1 challenger, so rightfully so he got to box somebody else. But I think myself, Kyle Williams, I think there's maybe a couple other English boys could have been in before Jamie. But as I said, he's got the shot, and he needs to take it with both hands, or he's going to be way down the pegging leg before he gets another shot at something. Yeah. But I feel it'll be a good fight. I feel Cash maybe just have too much boxing skills for him.
Yeah, good stuff. Another title fight as well, bantamweight Celtic, Guy Ray and Scott Allen. I'm assuming that's why the Scott Allen one didn't materialise, but
as I say, he's got the Celtic title fight. I think he's looking past Gary Ray a bit too much, just based on the wee conversation he had with myself. But Gary Ray's big for the weight, punches hard, is awkward. Scott's small for the weight. When they say punches hard, could be a tough fight for him. But as I say, I wish both guys all the best. As I say, Celtic title winner, that puts ourselves in a position for the British. I've got the Commonwealth. If we can strike a deal, then I'm more than happy to defend against any of the guys that are in the running order. I've boxed at a higher level before, so I feel I could win the fight quite comfortable with the right time in the training camps and stuff.
Exciting times, I guess, for yourself in this division.
Great division. As I say there, you've got the Super Series here, that's at world level, French world level, all the guys, and all the belts are in the mix. Cracking division there. British route seems to be in the high now. A lot of Scottish guys in the mix, which is good to see for a change. As you say, the British title tied up with 2 Scottish guys myself for the Commonwealth. Hopefully I come out on top. One of them is going to keep it in Scotland anyway, so keeps 2 big major titles in Scotland, and hopefully we can build it, make big fights from it.
Yeah. I don't want to push you into saying anything like if you haven't won the title, but I've spoken to Cash, and I think if he got through, I haven't spoken to Jim Wilson, but I think Cash is keen for a fight with yourself if both of you come out on the right side of it. Is that something you would look at? I'm not saying any disrespect to Jim Wilson there, because this fight's obviously not happening.
It makes sense, as I say. If previous to this, there's been fights offered to Cash's team. Even an eliminate was suggested by Sam, but as I say, for whatever reasons, never materialised. But as I say, I've boxed at a higher level than Cash. I've boxed a couple of boys at a higher level. I've travelled for sparring at quite high levels before, so I'm more than happy to box it. If I'm not going to beat the guys, then why am I doing it? So you've got to be in it to win it. And as I say, the guys are good up and coming guys, but I feel they just lack experience. Just they maybe biting off a wee bit more than they could chew just now. But as I say, if the deal's right for me financially, right training camp, nothing sprung on us last minute, then I'm more than happy to mix with any of the guys.
Yeah. Is that something you actively pursued then, looking for a Cash fight?
We spoke to Sam, and Sam requested it for an eliminate for the British title before he was mandated for the British title. That was a fight we looked at, but for whatever reason it never materialised. And as I say, Jamie Wilson one's been there and it's never materialised. As I say, I've never ever said no to any of the fights. I'm ready if, as I say, if I'm ready if they gave the right timing and no sprung on like a week's notice and stuff. I'm ready to box the kind of guys, no problem.
Yeah. Is that frustrating if what you're saying is right, that they're sort of...
As I say, I've had a couple of offers down south previous to this. I'll not mention any names, but big names should have been a lot more money than what was offered at 2 days notice, 3 days notice. But as I say, the type of fights I believe I can win, but I need a training camp to prepare for them, because they're good guys. I need a game plan getting into the fights. I can't just come out the gym and get into the fights and win them, because I need a game plan, because as I say, they're good boys. And I would like to think a wee bit of respect in the sense I get the training camp to make it a fair fight in there. But as I say, anybody in Britain I'm more than capable, I think I could mix with.
Is your wee boy coming this time to the fight?
I spoke to Sam, my wee boy's alluded at this fight, so he'll be there. As I say, he's only missed the last fight through the board reason or whatever, was missed by the age thing. I don't know what was at the back of it, but as I say, he'll be at this fight. As I say, hopefully I can take back another belt for him and he can support us.
Is that a big motivation for yourself?
It is, because growing up as a kid, I never had anything like that motivated me, in the sense my dad just working class guy, mum working class woman, and I just bounced off my brothers kind of thing. But they were more into football a wee bit than boxing. Then when they did take up boxing, my older brother got injured, and my other brother had kids dead young, so they kind of drifted away. So I never really had any incentive to keep me going. I just done it because I loved the sport. For my wee kids come across, previous fights I've saved the money, I've been able to buy a house for them. Just give them a better lifestyle than what... No, I had a good lifestyle when I was young, but I like to think I could do a wee bit better and give him whatever I can give him. I feel I owe it as his dad.
Is that one of your main motivations behind the...
It is, as I say. I'm not going to be a fighter who will keep boxing even if the money's good, because I've got to think of him. I want to have a future with him where my wits are still about me and I'm not a wee bit down and talking to lampposts kind of stuff. And boxing takes up a lot of family time. As I say, I've been out of the house for 6 o'clock this morning, just in bag and back out straight to the gym, so it takes up a lot of your time. And
start chatting to me at 9 o'clock.
For training camps, this is what happens for your 8 to 10 weeks. So I just like the family time. So whatever I can put into these 8 weeks, I know it's for him. Getting up running early in the morning just makes life easier for me, and then my weekends, the Sunday I get off, is able to spend time with him. And then after the fights, as I say, if you get a good purse for the fight, a good wage, a bonus with the belts obviously attract bigger wages and stuff. It makes life better, holidays and a better lifestyle in general, and obviously the belts put you into a bigger scene in boxing, so you're getting yourself recognition in the process of doing it. So, but as I say, everything I do now goes towards him, try to give him a better life and a better future.
What would be sort of the ideal end goal, like realistic ideal end goal for yourself?
If I could win a domestic title, I say it's fair to pro, if I won a domestic title, I was doing well because I achieved that as an amateur. I went to the Commonwealth Games, I didn't medal, so I won a European in the bronze. So I like to think, me personally, I would have a bash with any world champion. I would go there, I've got that in me I feel I could compete there. Win it, I would need to have a good game plan and it would need to come off on the night to beat the kind of guys. But to say if I win a domestic title and push on for there, then everything's a bonus. British or a Commonwealth title puts me in good stead. I'd be happy that I've achieved that, but anything for there is a bonus for me. I believe I could win. I'd be disappointed if I didn't win a British or a Commonwealth. I'd like to think I could compete at a good European level or whatever and win that and push on a wee bit. But we need to wait and see.
Yeah, with your boy, when you're talking about, say, I don't want to put my career on further down the years and you end up talking to does the risk factor of going into the ring sort of weigh on your mind at all when you're doing that? And
every fight, it's always a possibility because we put our risk and our health in there. It's a big risk for us. So every fight, you just need to not think like that because you'll go in there scared, and that's when it's more likely to happen to you, kind of thing. As long as you do the weight properly, you rehydrate properly, you get in there and I work to a game plan. I've got a good team behind me. If I felt in there I was getting hurted, I know my team would stop the fight. But I also know they would give me the best chance to recover and going to win the fight if I could. And as I say, if I feel at any stage they thought I was getting hurted too bad, they'd throw in the towel. They would stop the fight. But I always feel I can get in there, compete, and no put myself in a position. I feel if I can get hurted, I can try and manoeuvre myself into a bit of safety. But as I say, some of these guys, Essomba is one of them. He's got a punch. Says it since the first fight, he's got a punch that could put you to sleep, and it could do damage because he's heavy-handed. I'm quite aware of his power, so I know I need to be very careful in what directions I move during the fight and stuff, for what shots is coming. But as I say, if I get in there with a game plan, confident head on, then I know I can do it.
Good stuff. If anyone's looking to get tickets from yourself for the fight, what's the best way to do that?
They can contact myself direct. I've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. My Facebook's just Iain Butcher, Twitter and Instagram's Baby1Butch. You can drop me a mail or whatever, or they can contact Sam. I don't know if they're on Ticketmaster or not for this one, but as I say, they're more than able to type in and get my social media or whatever and get contacts that way.
Yeah. I think I was saying this to Sam, I think it's one of the most stacked dinner shows that I've seen is Celtic title.
Along with myself, as I say, it's a cracking fight. There's 2 debuts. Barry McCrory, who's training alongside myself, doing really well. I think he could do something, get himself up into domestic level if he works hard and keeps focused in the gym. You've got another debut I don't know too much about.
Sean McKinney.
And then you've got the Scottish and Celtic title fights. I think could be good fights as well. And then obviously you've got myself in the Commonwealth. So no, I've not seen a dinner show stacked with the 3 title fights, 2 debuts. So the fans are really in for a treat, and the title fights are quite tasty as well.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm assuming the sponsors have been a massive help, especially with like the sanctioning fees for the belts.
There is, as I say, Paul Smith from IHE Stainless Steel Limited. I like to give him a big thank you because they've played a massive part. Him and his dad, his brother, the business side of it. They've played a big part in making this happen kind of for me. Other people, there's good people next to me who's bought a lot of tickets as well and come in to support me, which also helps tickets, also help to the proceeds of, as I say, sanction fees and my opponent's wages before anything else. So as I say, everybody that's playing a massive part in making it happen for me, especially in hometown. I don't need to travel for it. As I say thank you to every one of them, but a big thank you to Paul for financially helping me to get this happening for me at home soil.
You've got any other sponsors?
I've got a few other sponsors, CNC Transport and Normac Security. They played a big part in my career for being young. a young amateur, they've helped me and backed me ever since, and I thank him a lot, Mr. Daly self, and as I say, I've got a couple others jumped on board, Jamie McPherson, also a friend and stuff, from McPherson Roofing, they've played a big part in helping me as well. As I say, I've got a few that come on board and stuff, but they're all playing their part, either financially helping for the show with the Commonwealth title fight, or myself for, as I say, new kit, medicals and travelling for sparring and stuff like that. They all play a massive part, and I can't thank them enough. Even people come, as I say, the ticket side of things is a big supporter, so I thank them all.
Good stuff. Listen, thanks for your time for the interview, and I'm sure I'll catch you before, but if not, best of luck for the fight, and hope you see you victorious afterwards.
Yep, thanks Adam.